Hello, you're listening to E-Bible Fellowship's new open form excerpts, and now we present the following excerpt.
Welcome to our question and answer program. Please go ahead with your call.
Could you teach the 70 weeks of Daniel for the new listeners, please?
Let's go there. Daniel chapter 9. And it says in verse 24, 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon thy holy city to finish the transgression and to make an end of sins and to make reconciliation for iniquity and to bring in everlasting righteousness and to seal up the vision and prophecy and to anoint the most holy. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem unto the Messiah the Prince shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. The street shall be built again and the wall, even in troublous times. And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself. And the people, the prince that shall come, shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with a flood. And unto the end of the war, desolations are determined, and he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. And in the midst of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease. And for the overspreading of abominations, he shall make it desolate, even until the consummation, and that determined shall be poured upon the desolate. There are two different time paths, or two time paths that are in this passage that I just read. One would go directly to the cross in 33 AD, and it would go from the time of Nehemiah in the year 457 BC. In past years, I've hesitated to say that. I know Mr. Camping has laid it out, and I've said, well, you have to get your information from secular sources for the dating of 457 for Nehemiah. And I was thinking, well, we just want the Bible. However, I had another timeline that I thought was in view, and yet I never completely said that the 77s of Mr. Camping's booklet, the 70 weeks of Daniel chapter 9, I never said that that was wrong. I just wanted to study it. And what I've realized is that the internal evidence for the cross in 33 AD, the fact that this goes to the cross, 457 plus 33 would be 490, and then a second time path, the separation of the 7 years, which is a Jubilee period, and how Mr. Camping explains it in his booklet, that takes us to 29 AD, and then the last or the first part of the 70 week, 3.5 years, and after the 3.5 years, the sacrifices, he'll confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. In the midst of the week, which would be 3.5, he will cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease. And Jesus's ministry, 3.5 years after that, when he went to the cross, that did end the Old Testament sacrifices. So we have, this very strong internal in the sense that the biblical calendar fits perfectly with that information. And so I think it is correct how Mr. Camping has laid it out. These two time paths that come from Daniel chapter 9, they do lay out the period of Christ's ministry, and then the second half of the 70th seven would be the New Testament era of the church age. you know, the 1260 days that the two witnesses were witnessing, which is the church age, or the 1260 days that the woman who brought forth the man child and fled into the wilderness, both agree, the 1260 for the woman and 1260 for the two witnesses, that's in 30-day months, it's 3 years and a half. And that would be the point from the cross all the way until the time of the end, when it says the overspreading of abominations, he shall make it desolate. The abomination of desolation at the end of the church age comes into view. And I, at this point, agree with Mr. Camping's work as he laid it out in that booklet.
Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. That way you don't miss any upcoming videos.